me over his casket, and after a brief ceremony, I'll be folded into a triangle and handed to his parents. God, give me the strength, for I really hate that job.
Today is an incredible opportunity for middle school teachers to experience what their students will experience on a field trip to Patriot Plaza.
Thank you for doing it. I think you're going to enjoy the training.
Our teachers are examining lesson plans and talking about the different ways that the legacy of Patriot Plaza, as well as all the men and women who served, are a fabric and a piece of our civic life and civic education.
But specifically with the school system, it's a unique opportunity to do the intergenerational approach. Certainly many of our veterans will go from ages in their 20s all the way into their 90s. We've got all the different military eras people are coming to visit, but what about the school children and understanding what happened, what a veteran is, what military service is about, and what better way than to incorporate it into the curriculum.
So she was given the help and the resources through the VA to put her back on her feet, physically and literally.
I came today because I want to integrate Patriot Plaza into my civics lesson, and I think it's very important for students today that don't really have any idea what a veteran is because they're so young to come face to face and meet veterans and learn about the history of the United States.
I always have 9/11 as something that I really spend the day and talk about and talk with the kids about. When I first started teaching it, the kids could say where they were when it happened. And now, you know, they were born since it happened. So it changes how you teach and get in tune with them.
To make connections for the kids to real-world applications of from service members. It seems like everybody does have some sort of connection to a veteran, and we need to bring that out so they can understand it better.
If students get to see this firsthand, I think it makes it much more real for them. It's not a movie, it's not a television show, but it's something that they often may see depicted in video games and on other screens, but this made it seem like this was something very personal.
This Civics Bootcamp is a unique opportunity for teachers to really get some training and learn about how this can be embedded into their particular civics course. There are lesson plans available to teachers before they come here to use during the time that they're here. The docents that are here are amazing with talking them through everything. And so that connection to what they're going to be doing in the classroom, what the students are going to be experiencing here, and also some incredible follow-up activities are also very powerful.
I'm a civics teacher, but I've always wanted to come here because I know that my dad eventually will be buried here. He was an Army vet, and it makes me sad every time I drive by thinking that he'll be here one day, but at the same time it's beautiful.
How emotional it was for me. Both of my parents were in the military, and they didn't talk about it much, and just hearing Bonnie talk and reminding me of how important it is. So that surprised me, how emotional I got.
To build Patriot Plaza, first of its kind. No one built on the national grounds until this, so we are the first.
The docents at Patriot Plaza are called actually Patriot Plaza Guides, and they are mostly veterans. We have wonderful people who have served our country in one of the 5 branches, or were related to someone who served, and then they go through quite a bit of training to become a guide.
The field experience and the partnership with Patriot Plaza and the Patterson Foundation is important because it's going to give students the opportunity to have hands-on experience, to be able to have conversations with veterans or their family members, to help and make the experience much more real, and also give them an opportunity to see how those principles and goals of Patriot Plaza, looking at service and looking at freedom and looking at patriotism tie in with the civics curriculum that they're going to be learning in 8th grade.
Who's eligible for burial here? For the Sarasota National Cemetery or any national cemetery?
So today they are doing the script that has to do with grade 7, 8 civics. It's our regular tour script with additional information about Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and what it means to serve our country.
It's a misnomer that kids know nothing about civics. Our kids are embedded in civics from the time they're in kindergarten all the way up through high school. The civics curriculum spirals from kindergarten all the way up, and really the pinnacle of civic education is really in 8th grade, where the students do an in-depth study of not only our founding documents and our founding fathers, but how our Constitution relates to today, and lays the foundation for examining 20th century history in high school.
This will actually be a combined exploration that will address 8th grade standards across 2 different areas, social studies and science. They will be here. They will also be at Twin Lakes Park, where the UF Extension will be working with them through physical science and addressing standards that they will also be tested on in 8th grade. And here, of course, addressing their civics standards.
I think the whole idea of what symbolism, when our guy was talking about the flag, I think we need to start getting out to the core of what a patriot is and what patriotism is like, and I think this is just a part of a broader conversation, for me at least. I don't know.
How symbolism is part of that.
Yes.
And this is another thing that I'd like to tell the kids, is symbolism, to look at the meaning behind everything. There's a reason why things were put in certain places and why numbers are significant and colors are significant. And it's beautiful here. I love it.
Civics certainly, but we're learning that certainly language arts. We also are learning that they're combining the field trips with art, with civics, with science. So they're cross-pollinating within the school system. And so again, with the Patterson Foundation helping with the busing for all that, it's making it a really full, robust, well-rounded experience. And it highlights several of the things that the Patterson Foundation is involved in, not just that they constructed and donated Patriot Plaza to the community and the nation, but also the Ed Explore system with field trips, whether they're in the classroom with hands-on or outside the classroom with actually coming to see something.
And we knew that bringing the teachers here was imperative for the teachers to be able to take that back to the classroom. When we are talking about service and patriotism and freedom, those are all very powerful words, but until you begin to see people in action through the different photographs or see the art that is depicted in a more abstract way and let students kind of give their own meaning to it, I think you just don't understand the power.
Yeah, to fully understand what we have here at Patriot Plaza, and to when we come back to our students understanding what this symbolizes, we'll be better prepared to provide them a reason to come out here and just honor and remember those who've sacrificed for us.
A lot of the photographs, you can see the emotion on the face. It's funny, the ones that got me were more so some of the happier ones, surprisingly, like the kids meeting their father after being held hostage. That was a good one.
The photos cross, over a century of different wars, and they all show kind of this different but the same emotions that are experienced no matter which war, no matter who you are, no matter what race, nationality, color. But they're just beautiful. I love them.
The artwork was incredible, but beyond that, my dad served in the Marines for 8 years, and I never served in the military, so it brought a lot of things that I was not aware of home of what he may have went through.
We are so lucky in Sarasota County to have all of our organizations work together and speak together. The Patterson Foundation has been instrumental in really bringing together multiple partners for us to really bring experiences like this to our students and our teachers by providing the platform for teachers to experience the field trip that their students will have here at Patriot Plaza, teachers go in with confidence when they talk about the lessons that they're doing, when they look at before activities, things that you do before you come on this field experience, things that you do during the field experience, and follow-up. They have a really good sense of what's happening, and it really helps bring all of the pieces together.
For me, it was very personal. My son served in Afghanistan. My dad was attached to the 101st as a Ranger, served 2 terms in Vietnam, and I saw pictures of both of those places and divisions, and it just kind of like was unexpected for me.
It really is just the tombstones, to see just the rows and rows. And when as we were coming in on the bus, I was just looking out the window and just looking. They died either in service or they died later on, but they gave up their lives for us, and it's the tombstones for me.
It starts the fire in me again to be a really in-depth teacher, teaching civics and history, and how important it is to the future to teach, ideas that are presented at Patriot Plaza. It just helps light my fire even more.
I think it's very exciting to have a national cemetery in our backyard, particularly with Patriot Plaza and the donations from the Patterson Foundation. I think that it allows for recognition of veterans, for those who served, and those who are able to be present and help to pass that message of service and freedom and patriotism on to a younger generation, and to all who come to witness the sacrifices that have been made for freedom in our country.